I know we've all run into this problem, the old bird nest. There are tricks of getting it out while you're on the water, but as we all know, sometimes it is a total mess. The one thing you want to remember is just lay that rod down, move on, try another rod. Don't let it upset your day. When you get home, take the reel off of the rod, and patiently you can work at these to get these out. Now, most of the time you will lose most of the line, and I would recommend, especially if you get a bad one like this one had, to go ahead and just cut that line off. I always recommend spraying the fluorocarbon. That's what we have on here. This is Sunline Sniper 12 pound. Now, as I can see as I'm going down through here, I see that knot in there. I see a defect in the line. So what I want to do is I want to keep taking this line down off until I get past that spot, because I don't want to be out on the water again and run into a problem that I could have solved while I had this disassembled to begin with. Like I said, sometimes depending how bad that was on your line, you may lose a lot. So you may want to think about just scrapping the line that you have on and putting new line on. If it's a short knot into your line when you do a bird's nest, of course, then you're able to save the line and just pull the bird nest out, cut that out, spray it. I always recommend spraying the fluorocarbon with most of your line care products are silicone based product, and that's going to help you take the memory out, keep the memory out of your fluorocarbon. You can also use it on your monofilament, and they do actually have, some brands have made for braid that you can use it on that, but your braid line isn't going to get memory and everything like your fluorocarbons or monofilaments do. And as you can see, this knot, this defect is down in there pretty good because I'm getting really low on this reel. So now what I would recommend on this one, I would go ahead and I'm going to just take all this line off and re-spool it, because I don't want to go out onto the water with that low of a line on my reel. The reason for that is while you're out there, we all get snagged. We all have to cut line off and everything and that. So that's why you want to make sure, of course, I am big into keeping service on your reels, keeping them in order, cleaned, lubricated and that. But you also got to take care of your line. You got to make sure that the line on your reel is in good shape also. You can do that by going ahead and taking your line. You can actually run it between your fingers, or even put it between your lips and just run your lips down over it, and you'll feel any abrasions or anything that is on the line. Make sure, don't overspool your reels, but make sure you have enough line on there so if you do run into snags and everything. My local area is a lot of Susquehanna River fishing. And if you're doing plastics, tubes and everything, especially exposed hooks, you will get snagged and you will lose a lot of line out there during a regular day. So make sure your reels are spooled up to the max of what they're capable of holding without overrunning them. You want to make sure you always keep it down. On this reel here, this is one of Daiwa's Fuegos. As you can see, it has a red spool on it. When I spool this up, I am going to see a little bit of this red. I'm not going to spool it so it's even right up in here, because then you take the chance of running up in behind the spool. I am going to make it right about, if you can see my pointer right there, I'm going to see about that much of the red, sometimes even more. There again, because especially if you're running fluorocarbon and you do run into any memory or anything like that, it does take the chance of it rolling back up inside here, which then you got a mess there trying to get that out. So if you keep it down a little ways, then you are going to be all right with that, and you won't have the problem of getting in between the spools and that. But there again, my advice on this video, my main message here is take care of your line. Make sure it's in good condition, it's in good shape. Don't underspool or overspool. And that should take care of you out on the water. There again, don't get frustrated if you get a bird's nest out on the water. There are tricks of doing it. One of the tricks are, once you receive a bird's nest here, stop reeling. Go ahead, tighten your drag up as tight as it will go. Release the line. Hold your thumb tightly onto the spool to get that tension. And then start to reel it back in. Do a couple full turns with the drag down as tight as it will go. Normally then you can re-release the line, take hold of the lead line, and slowly feed it back out. Most of the time that will take care of the problem. There again, once you pull out that bird's nest, take a look at that line. Make sure it isn't pinched or damaged at all. If it is, go ahead, cut it off and start out on a fresh line on your spool from where you cut it off, and just reset up your rod. That way you don't run into any problems. So that ends my video for today. And remember, River Bottom Reels, we are always here. You can call us with any questions. You can find us on Facebook. Our page is River Bottom Reels, or go to www.riverbottomreels.com. Thank you.